Hi everyone, and welcome to day 16 in our Rust adventure. This is Advent of Rust, and we're building together a web API day per day. Today, we're going to talk a bit more about the states, and we're going to see how to create a new pizza. So let's dive into the code. So if we go back to our main function, remember we have one service to retrieve a pizza, which will returning an empty array for now because we don't have any way to add a pizza. So let's go ahead and create a new service map to actually post a pizza. Obviously, this function is not does not exist yet. So let's create it in our pizza service. So remember, we have our get pizza to return the list of pizza, but of course, the list of pizza is empty. So we need a way to be able to create a pizza. So we are going to add a new post route. So let's go ahead and create a new async function, post pizza. And for now, it won't take any parameter. And we are going to return an HTTP response. Okay, so for now, that's fine. Make sure that you import the post. And we need to finish it. So great, now we have a new function to post a pizza. Let's make sure that we import this in our main function. Great. So now when we hit post, the HTTP verb post with /pizza, it will invoke this post function. So what we can do now is to be able to parse a pizza that we are going to send as a JSON payload. So we are going to create pizza in JSON and add that into the body of your HTTP request. And this function should be able to read it. So let's go ahead and add one parameter. It's going to use, once again, the Actix framework. And we have a JSON format here. So that's great. Now we can pass as a parameter pizza represented as JSON. And notice that now we need to import the pizza. And we need to implement the deserialization derived from SERDI to make sure that we can take a string, a JSON representation as a string of a pizza, and to convert it into a pizza. So we need to be able to deserialize it. So let's go ahead and go to pizza. We already added the serialization. Now we need the deserialization. So great. Now we can accept a pizza as a JSON and return it if we want. So maybe what we want to do is to return the pizza that we've just created. So let's go ahead and try to run this. Let me run the main, open a new terminal, and I have a curl ready for you. So what we do is we curl with post. So by default, curl is using get, so we need to specify post. We are going to hit /pizza. The data would be a JSON representation of our pizza, so the name, the topping, and the price. And the header would be application JSON because we're dealing with JSON. So if we run this, that's great. It's 200 HTTP status code, so it's a success. And we're returning the pizza as JSON. So this is really convenient. This is exactly what we want to do. And notice that if we omit this content type, we have an error like a 400. This is a bad request because we're expecting a JSON, and this is not working. Same if, for instance, you don't have a valid pizza JSON object. So let's say we omit the pizza parameter. If you run it, Actix Web is smart enough to detect that actually it's a SERDI to when it's when it's trying to deserialize a pizza object, we're missing the price field. So that's not going to work. So yeah, that's great. Now we have a new route to post a pizza. So maybe what we want to do now is to update our unit testing service. So let me close this. Remember, we already have a test endpoint to retrieve the pizza. So maybe what we want to do is to copy this, paste, and let's test it. Let's post pizza endpoint. The service is not get pizza, but post. We need to import it, obviously. Then we create a test request. The default URI is still /pizza, but now we need to specify the method, because by default it's a get, but we want a post. So let's go ahead and use method post. We do the request, and don't forget that we need a JSON set JSON. So we need a pizza, and we are going to create it, obviously. So let's create that's pizza. It's gonna be pizza. That's new. The first parameter is a string, the name of the pizza. So let's say test pizza. The second parameter is a vector of string for the toppings. So let's say string from A and same with B. And finally, the price, let's say 15. That's great. We have our pizza. Make sure we import it. And test pizza is now our new payload. So once again, we create our testing application. We create a new test pizza. We hit /pizza with a post. Don't forget to set the JSON. And finally, we should be able to see that we have a success, and this success type is of type 200. So let's go ahead and run it. Great, our test is passing. So this is great. If we look at the logic once again, so for now, we're not doing anything with this pizza. We need to add it to our internal state, but that's a topic for tomorrow. So stay with me and see you tomorrow.